Hi, my name is Jennifer Evans. I'm the ELA consultant at St. Clair County RESA, and we are starting a new project called Guided Reading by the Month, where we will have kindergarten through 5th grade teachers videotape a guided reading lesson as they progress through the school year, so that you will be able to see what the teachers do in the beginning of the year and how they set up the routines and procedures, all the way through what's taking place as students learn the work that they are applying in guided reading into their independent practice. So we hope you enjoy this episode of Guided Reading by the Month.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. This story, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, is about a bedtime story that a grandpa tells his grandkids about this made-up place called Chew and Swallow, where the people's weather is their food. I know, right, Audra? Amazing. However, the people of Chew and Swallow love that their food is their weather until something goes wrong. Okay? Yes. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens in our story, but you can kind of be thinking in your head and making some guesses, predictions about what you think could go wrong with that story. I can tell Jenica's already thinking of something. So we've got a few vocabulary words that you're going to come across that I want to share with you before we start. The first one, can you be my echo? Occasional. Occasional means every once in a while. It's not all the time, and it's not never. It's sometimes. It's occasional. Like we occasionally have indoor recess, don't we? It's not all the time. It's not none of the time. It's some of the time. It's occasional. Okay? This next one I'm putting on here because this C does not have a hard k sound. It's followed by an E, so this C sounds like a letter S. So this word is ceiling. Everybody point to the ceiling. Okay, so they're gonna tell you something about the ceiling in the story that you're going to find interesting, put it that way. This next word is an uncommon word for a word that you are all familiar with. Give me my echo. Frankfurters. Oh, I can't hear you. Frankfurters. Frankfurters is a fancy name for hot dogs. Okay? Fancy name for hot dogs. And last one, when I was your age, I always confused this word with desserts. This word is, ready to be my echo? Ready to be my echo? Deserts. Deserts. The way I can tell the difference between deserts and desserts is because desserts has 2 S's, and I always think we always want to go back for seconds for desserts, don't we? Okay, deserts just has 1 S. So a desert is a place with very few trees, very few plants. It's very hot and warm there. Exactly. So you're going to come across a desert in our story as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the picture on the title, or on the cover rather. It's called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So, what is this gentleman doing? What is this gentleman doing? What do you notice? What do you notice, Jenica?
That it's happy rating meatballs and he's just flinging it into his mouth properly.
Oh, it looks like it might just pop right in there, doesn't it? That's a good guess. Do you notice anything else about the man that might let you know he's ready for some dinner? What do you see, Audra? He's wearing a bib. He's all set so he doesn't make a mess. Brecken? Yeah, when people are out with an umbrella, they don't usually carry those things in their pocket, do they? That lets us know this is going to be not quite what we're used to. And here's our title page again, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Now, if this story could not really happen, what kind of story would it be? Do you remember from last week when we were working with Abuela? Remember what type of story that was? Yes. Ooh, close. It is a fiction. And it does start with an F. Fantasy, that's right. Okay, so here we have, go ahead and turn please to the first page of the story. Go ahead and turn to the first page of the story. You'll see how our story starts off. Here we have Grandpa. What is he doing? What is he doing? Lainey? Fixing pancakes, and what are the grandkids doing? What are the grandkids doing? What does it look like? Pardon me? can't tell by looking at their faces what they're doing? Does it look like they're sitting calmly waiting for breakfast? No. With their mouths open and they're like that, what do you think they're doing? What would they be doing? Anybody have an idea to help reckon? Jenica?
I think maybe they're like fighting.
Yeah. You might not with your siblings, but sometimes brothers and sisters at the breakfast table do a little squawking, don't they? Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and turn the page and you can see what sets our story off in motion. What happens to poor Grandpa? What happens to poor Grandpa? What's happening? Okay. What does it look like has happened, Lainey? Look at the picture. You don't know? What is Grandpa just standing there? What looks like it's happening? Okay, we're going to focus on this, but what do you see has happened when, like Lainey said, the dog kind of knocked Grandpa off his feet? What happened to the pancake? What happened to the pancake? Oh, on this page, sweetie, what happened to the pancake? Yeah, it's going flying, isn't it? Okay, and it lands, like you said, on the little boy. And that starts Grandpa's story. That gives him this idea to make up this bedtime story for the grandkids, okay? So let's go back to the beginning. And what I'm going to have you do, back to the beginning, please. We've been working on stopping, thinking, and paraphrasing, right? We really need to understand what we read before we go on to the next page. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is we go through, take a look at the picture, read what it says, and then stop, think, and paraphrase. Let's say I get to the end of this and I've read it and I put it here and I go, I just know the kids look like they're fighting. If I don't remember anything else, what should I do? Lainey? Read it again. Exactly. Okay? So you're going to look at the picture, read it, stop, think, and paraphrase, and then go on. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about that? We've been practicing this a lot, so we're getting pretty good at this, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to stagger start you. So, Brendan, you can go ahead and start. Go ahead and start. Haley? Go ahead and stop. Think and paraphrase for me.
So,
Okay, so they were thinking how many, so they're trying to say how high. Like I could eat this many. And I'm saying I could eat this many. Is that what they're doing? Okay. Okay. And what else was going on? What else did you read? Cooking pancakes. Okay. Go ahead and turn the page.
alright. Seconds later, through the air, head toward the kitchen ceiling. So,
Let's talk about this. See those dot, dot, dots? We've had those a couple times. It means the thought's continuing, so continue it over here till you get to the period.
and landed right in the
Okay, now you can stop thinking paragraph.
So, when the grandpa was like making the pancakes, the dog was chasing the cat, which the dog ran through the grandpa and made him like throw the pancake on him.
Very good. Let's try down there.
After we realized that the flying object was only a pancake, we all laughed. Even Grandpa Breakfast continued quite uneventful.
Let's try that. Do you see a prefix at the beginning of the word? Okay, so you saw un. Go ahead and cover up un. And then do you see? What was it?
Eventfully.
Good. Now put the un back on.
Uneventfully.
Uneventfully, that's right. It means without an event. Okay?
All the other pancakes landed in the pan. All of them were eaten, even the one that landed on Henry.
Who do you think ate the one that landed on Henry?
Henry.
Think he might have? Yeah. Go ahead and let's stop think and paraphrase.
So, after the pancake flew on Henry, they realized it was just a pancake, so they started laughing.
Mm-hmm. Did anything else happen at breakfast? Anything else important? Nope. And that's because they said it was that word you sounded out. What was that word again?
Uneventfully.
Yeah. It means without an
There
event.
wasn't that.
Because un means without. We've talked about that. So without an event. I'm going to let you keep going. When you get to this page, this is where I want you to stop, and then you can go back to the beginning. Okay? You're going to read this page and then stop, okay? Because that's kind of like the cliffhanger part. We're going to see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so I'll let you keep reading.
In most ways, houses with trees and gardens around a schoolhouse.
Yep. It's okay because you can finish that and then do both together.
It's a tiny town of cats and dogs.
It's actually a compound word. There's 3 words in there. Okay, go ahead and cover up chew. You found that one. Use this hand. There you go. Chew. Do you see another word right there?
And
Uh-huh.
chew and swallow.
Why do you think he might have named that town when Grandpa was making this up? Chew and swallow.
Because it rains often and you just chew and swallow.
Exactly. I know, that was kind of creative. Go ahead and stop. Think and paraphrase for me, please.
So Grandpa was going to tell the best story, and he named it Chew.
That's right. That's right. So if you notice here in the picture, this is them for their bedtime story, and here starts this imaginary land that he's going to tell about.
And here I think it's Chew and Swallow.
Why do you think it's over there?
Because it says ocean and like tree deserts, and there's smaller ocean. And then this looks like it's a city.
Awesome. Very good. I like how you used what you read in the picture to put that together and make it make sense. Now, I'm going to let you keep reading. When you get to this page, you can read this and then stop, okay? Because remember how I said it's going to take a turn for the worse? That's where we're going to stop. So if you get to that page, you can go back to the beginning and keep reading. Good job, Danica. Did it mention that in this part? That's what you're thinking it is, that they had come down from the sky. How many times did the food come from the sky? Like in a day?
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Guided Reading by the Month. We'll see you next time.